Microsoft Windows 3.1 Startup Sound. Windows 3.1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 3.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 3.1 Startup Sound. Windows 10 3.1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 3.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 3.1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows for Workgroups 3.11 Startup Sound. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 is starting up. Microsoft Windows for Workgroups 3.11 Shutdown Sound. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 3.2 Startup Sound. Windows 3.2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 3.2 Shutdown Sound. Windows 3.2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 3.51 Startup Sound. Windows 10 3.51 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 3.51 Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 3.51 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 3.51 Server Startup Sound. Windows 10 3.51 Server is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 3.51 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 3.51 Server is shutting down. Microsoft Chicago Startup Sound. Chicago is starting up. Microsoft Chicago Shutdown Sound. Chicago is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 Beta Startup Sound. Windows 95 Beta is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 Beta Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 Beta is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 Startup Sound. Windows 95 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 B Startup Sound. Windows 95 B is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 B Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 B is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 95 Plus Startup Sound. Windows 95 Plus is starting up. Microsoft Windows 95 Plus Shutdown Sound. Windows 95 Plus is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 4.0 Startup Sound. Windows 10 4.0 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 4.0 Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 4.0 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 4.0 Server Startup Sound. Windows 10 4.0 Server is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 4.0 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 4.0 Server is shutting down. Microsoft Memphis Developer Release Startup Sound. developer release is starting up. Microsoft Memphis developer release shutdown found. Memphis developer release is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 1 startup sound. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 1 shutdown found. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 1 is shutting down. Microsoft Memphis Beta 1 startup sound. Memphis Beta 1 is starting up. Microsoft Memphis Beta 1 shutdown sound. Memphis Beta 1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 Beta 2 startup sound. Windows 98 Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 Beta 2 shutdown found. Windows 98 Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 Beta 3 startup sound. Windows 98 Beta 3 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 Beta 3 shutdown found. Windows 98 Beta 3 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 startup sound. Windows 98 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 shutdown found. Windows 98 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 98 Plus startup sound. Windows 98 Plus is starting up. Microsoft Windows 98 Plus shutdown sound. Windows 98 Plus is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 startup sound. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 shutdown found. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 shutdown found. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 startup sound. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 shutdown found. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 shutdown found. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Server Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Hero Edition startup sound. Windows 10 Key 5.0 Hero Edition is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Key 5.0 Hero Edition shutdown found. Windows NT 5.0 Euro Edition is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Millennium Startup Sound. Windows Millennium is starting up. Microsoft Windows Millennium Shutdown Sound. Windows Millennium is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Beta 3 Startup Sound. Windows 2000 Beta 3 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Beta 3 Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 Beta 3 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 Startup Sound. Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 Server Beta 3 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Startup Sound. Windows 2000 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Startup Sound. Windows 2000 Server is starting up. Microsoft Windows 2000 Server Shutdown Sound. Windows 2000 Server is shutting down. Microsoft Windows ME Startup Sound. Windows ME is starting up. Microsoft Windows ME Shutdown Sound. Windows ME is shutting down. Microsoft Neptune Startup Sound. Neptune is starting up. Microsoft Neptune Shutdown Sound. Neptune is shutting down. Microsoft Whistler Startup Sound. Whistler is starting up. Microsoft Whistler Shutdown Sound. Whistler is shutting down. Microsoft Whistler Beta 1 Startup Sound. Whistler Beta 1 is starting up. Microsoft Whistler Beta 1 Shutdown Sound. Whistler Beta 1 is shutting down. Microsoft Whistler Pre-Beta 2 Startup Sound. Whistler Pre-Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Whistler Pre-Beta 2 Shutdown Sound. Whistler Pre-Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Whistler Beta 2 Startup Sound. Whistler Beta 2 is starting up. Microsoft Whistler Beta 2 Shutdown Sound. Whistler Beta 2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows XP Startup Sound. Windows XP is starting up. Microsoft Windows XP Shutdown Sound. Windows XP is shutting down. Microsoft Windows XP Professional Startup Sound. Windows XP Professional is starting up. Microsoft Windows XP Professional Shutdown Sound. Windows XP Professional is shutting down. Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition Startup Sound. Windows XP Home Edition is starting up. Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition Shutdown Sound. Windows XP Home Edition is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2003 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2003 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2003 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2003 is shutting down. Microsoft Longhorn Startup Sound. Longhorn is starting up. Microsoft Longhorn Shutdown Sound. Longhorn is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Longhorn before reset Startup Sound. Windows Longhorn before reset is starting up. Microsoft Windows Longhorn before reset Shutdown Sound. Windows Longhorn before reset is shutting down.
Microsoft Windows Longhorn Ever Reset Startup Sound. Windows Longhorn Ever Reset is starting up. Microsoft Windows Longhorn Ever Reset Shutdown Sound. Windows Longhorn Ever Reset is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Vista Startup Sound. Windows Vista is starting up. Microsoft Windows Vista Shutdown Sound. Windows Vista is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2008 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2008 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2008 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2008 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 7 Startup Sound. Windows 7 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 7 Shutdown Sound. Windows 7 is shutting down.
Microsoft Windows Server 2012 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2012 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2012 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2012 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 8 Startup Sound. Windows 8 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 8 Shutdown Sound. Windows 8 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 8.1 Startup Sound. Windows 8.1 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 8.1 Shutdown Sound. Windows 8.1 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2012 R2 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2012 R2 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2012 R2 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2012 R2 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 9 Startup Sound. Windows 9 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 9 Shutdown Sound. Windows 9 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 10 Startup Sound. Windows 10 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 10 Shutdown Sound. Windows 10 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2016 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2016 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2016 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2016 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows Server 2019 Startup Sound. Windows Server 2019 is starting up. Microsoft Windows Server 2019 Shutdown Sound. Windows Server 2019 is shutting down. Microsoft Windows 11 Startup Sound. Windows 11 is starting up. Microsoft Windows 11 Shutdown Sound. Windows 11 is shutting down.